They don't want you to know this. For centuries, powerful forces have hidden the truth so profound, so transformative, that only the chosen ones will recognize its significance. Have you ever felt different, as if your soul is being guided toward something greater? Have you faced challenges that seemed designed to break you, yet deep inside, you knew they were shaping you for something more? That's not a coincidence. It's a sign. This world is not as it seems. Ancient knowledge, buried beneath layers of deception, holds the key to unlocking the true power of your existence. But this knowledge was never meant for the masses. It was hidden, suppressed, because if you knew what you were truly capable of, the very fabric of control would unravel. Today, we will reveal secrets that were concealed for centuries, truths that challenge everything you've been taught about reality, science, and even faith. You will understand why the trials you've endured were never punishments, but preparations. You will learn how ancient myths, sacred temples, and long-lost spiritual practices were designed to guide you towards self-realization and divine purpose. And most importantly, you will discover why you were chosen to awaken at this very moment in history. This is not just another video. This is a call to action, a moment of awakening for those who are ready to step into their true power. But beware, once you hear this knowledge, you can never go back. Before we begin, take a second to subscribe to the channel. Many who watch these videos never subscribe, and they miss out on revelations that could change their lives forever. Don't let that be you. Hit the subscribe button now and stay until the end, because what we reveal today may be the missing piece you've been searching for all along. Now let's begin. For those who have always felt different, as if they were walking a path few understand, this message is for you. You are not lost. You are not alone. You are being guided. The world around you is a carefully constructed illusion, designed to keep you from realizing the depth of your spiritual journey. But for the chosen ones, those who have endured hardships, questioned everything, and refused to conform, the time for awakening is now. Throughout history, science and religion have stood on opposite sides, each claiming to hold the ultimate truth. But what if both were only fragments of a much greater reality? What if the real truth, the one that explains your trials, your purpose, and your power, lies somewhere in between? For centuries, religious institutions have provided spiritual guidance, offering teachings meant to uplift the soul. Yet, many of these teachings have been filtered, manipulated, and sometimes outright hidden to maintain control over the masses. Science, on the other hand, seeks empirical proof, dismissing anything that cannot be measured or quantified. But here's the paradox. The greatest spiritual truths cannot be contained within the limits of a laboratory. Consider this. Quantum physics now confirms what ancient mystics and spiritual seekers have known for millennia. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid, shaped by energy, frequency, and vibration. Your thoughts, your emotions, your very presence influence the world around you. This is why the chosen ones, those who raise their vibration and align with higher frequencies, begin to notice profound shifts in their lives. They attract synchronicities, experience heightened intuition, and sense an invisible guidance pulling them toward their divine purpose. But here's the issue. Most people live trapped in a low vibrational state. Fear, doubt, anger, and anxiety keep them enslaved in a cycle of limitation. Society is designed to keep individuals spiritually asleep, disconnected from their true nature. The chosen ones, however, are awakening. They are breaking free from these illusions and reclaiming the wisdom that has been hidden for centuries. Take, for example, the story of Moses. Many know of his journey leading the Israelites out of Egypt, but few understand the deeper symbolic meaning. Egypt represents bondage, not just physical slavery, but spiritual enslavement. It represents the state of being trapped in false beliefs, unable to see the greater truth. The Exodus was not just a historical event. It was a metaphor for spiritual awakening, for breaking free from the chains that keep humanity blind to its own power. And what about Jesus? He didn't just perform miracles. He understood the power of faith, frequency, and divine connection. When he said, Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move." Matthew 17 verse 20, he wasn't just speaking in metaphor, he was revealing a universal law. Faith, aligned with higher vibration and frequency, transforms reality. Those who walk in spiritual alignment can shift outcomes, manifest miracles, and transcend limitations. But let's step back for a moment. If ancient wisdom has always contained these truths, why are they not openly taught? Why are we not shown how to harness the full power of our mind, soul, and spiritual energy? The answer is simple: control. Knowledge is power, and throughout history, those in power have sought to keep this knowledge from the masses. Look at how history unfolded. During the Middle Ages, the Church suppressed mystical teachings, labeling them heretical. Ancient texts were hidden, burned, or rewritten to remove empowering spiritual truths. Alchemy, which was far more than turning lead into gold, was about spiritual transformation. The process of refining the soul to ascend to higher levels of consciousness. Those who understood these teachings were persecuted, silenced, or forced into secrecy. But despite these efforts, the truth has survived. The chosen ones are now being called to reclaim this wisdom, to remember what was always meant to be theirs. You feel it, don't you? That sense that there is more to this life, more to your existence, more to your soul journey. That feeling is not random. It is an invitation, a call to wake up. Have you ever had a moment where you just knew something before happened? A gut feeling so strong that you couldn't ignore it? That is your spiritual guidance at work. It is proof that your mind is capable of accessing higher realms of knowledge. This is why intuition, true spiritual intuition, is often dismissed as irrational or unscientific. Because if people knew how to listen to their inner guidance, they would no longer be controlled. They would no longer look outside themselves for answers, because the answers have always been within. The chosen ones are not here to conform. They are here to rise. They are here to challenge the systems that have kept humanity in darkness. But this path is not easy. Many of you have faced rejection, ridicule, even isolation. People around you don't understand why you think differently, why you see beyond the surface, why you question everything. But remember this: every great awakening was met with resistance. Even Jesus, the greatest teacher of divine truth, was rejected by the very people he came to save. A prophet is not without honor except in his own town and in his own home. Matthew 13 verse 57. Do not be discouraged by those who do not see what you see. Their time will come. The important thing is that you remain steadfast on your path, continuing to raise your vibration, to seek truth, and to align with your divine purpose. Now, let's go deeper. If you are truly ready to understand how ancient wisdom has been encoded into myths and scriptures, and how these myths are actually keys to unlocking your hidden potential, then continue watching, because what comes next will change everything you thought you knew about the world, your past, and most importantly, your future. Now that you understand the hidden battle between science and spirituality, let's go deeper. The greatest secrets of the past weren't just erased, they were deliberately encoded into myths, religious texts, and sacred symbols. Why? Because those who controlled knowledge understood that if these truths were openly revealed, they would lose their grip over humanity. But for the chosen ones, those who are awakening, these ancient messages can now be deciphered. Take the story of Adam and Eve. Most were taught that this was simply about disobedience, about humanity's fall from grace. But what if that's only part of the story? What if this ancient narrative actually reveals the awakening of human consciousness? Think about it. Before eating from the tree of knowledge, Adam and Eve lived in a state of innocence. They were unaware of duality, unaware of good and evil. But after they took the fruit, what changed? Their eyes were opened. They became aware. They saw beyond their previous state of existence. Now, here's the key. Who told them not to eat from the tree? It was God, right? But consider this. Could this story be revealing something deeper? Could the so-called forbidden fruit symbolize the awakening of human potential, the ability to question, perceive, and think beyond imposed limitations? And if that's the case, then who benefited from keeping humanity in a state of ignorance? For centuries, the chosen ones, those who question the established narrative, have been cast out just as Adam and Eve were cast from the garden. They have been ridiculed, silenced, and told not to seek deeper truth. But here's what they don't want you to realize. The act of seeking knowledge, of awakening, is not a fall. It is a rise. It is the first step toward reclaiming the spiritual power that was hidden from you. This is why ancient cultures encoded their wisdom into mythology. They knew that in every generation, a few, the chosen ones, would be able to see beyond the stories and extract the hidden truths. Let's go further. If knowledge was hidden in myths, what about sacred rituals and practices? The ancients understood something that modern science is only beginning to grasp: the power of altered states of consciousness. For thousands of years, spiritual leaders, shamans, mystics, prophets have used specific methods to transcend the limitations of the physical world. In indigenous cultures, shamanic practices such as rhythmic drumming, fasting, and sacred plant medicine were used to expand consciousness. These weren't just random rituals. They were designed to align the body and mind with higher frequencies, to break through the illusions of the physical world and access divine guidance. And now, here's the shocking part. Modern neuroscience is proving that these ancient practices actually change the frequency of the brain. Rhythmic drumming, for example, has been shown to induce theta brain waves, the same frequency present during deep meditation and spiritual visions. Fasting, which is often mentioned in the Bible, has been found to not only heal the body, but also enhance mental clarity and spiritual awareness. Even the use of sacred plants, long demonized by religious institutions, is now being studied for its ability to activate the pineal gland, the seat of spiritual vision. Let's take a biblical example. Moses fasted for 40 days before receiving divine revelation on Mount Sinai, Exodus 34 verse 28. Jesus also fasted for 40 days before beginning his ministry, Matthew 4 verse 2. Why? Because fasting wasn't just about self-discipline. It was a way to heighten spiritual awareness, to prepare the mind and body to receive divine guidance. But here's the question. Why aren't we taught these things? Why isn't it common knowledge that certain frequencies, meditation techniques, and fasting methods can literally change how we perceive reality? Again, the answer is control. Those who govern this world do not want individuals discovering their inner power. They want people distracted, disempowered, and disconnected from their spiritual potential. The chosen ones, however, are remembering. They are tuning into the knowledge that has been there all along. They are rediscovering how vibration and frequency shape reality, how the universe operates not on randomness but on divine patterns. This leads us to an even deeper mystery, one that has been hidden in plain sight for millennia: sacred geometry. From the pyramids of Egypt to the temples of the Mayans, from the Gothic cathedrals of Europe to the intricate mandalas of the East, sacred architecture has always followed precise mathematical patterns. These weren't just aesthetic choices. They were spiritual tools designed to align human consciousness with the cosmos. Consider the Great Pyramid of Giza. For centuries, scholars have debated how and why it was built. Some claim it was merely a tomb, but that doesn't explain its astronomical precision. The pyramid is aligned with Orion's belt, the same constellation referenced in numerous ancient texts. The dimensions of the pyramid encode mathematical constants found in nature, such as phi, the golden ratio, and pi. Could it be that the pyramid was not just a structure, but a frequency amplifier, a tool designed to elevate spiritual awareness? This is not speculation. Research has shown that geometric shapes influence energy fields. Certain architectural designs enhance meditation, amplify intuition, and even affect the body's electromagnetic field. Why do you think so many ancient cultures prioritized sacred geometry in their temples? Because they understood something that modern civilization has forgotten. The universe operates on divine mathematics, and those who align with these principles unlock a higher state of consciousness. And here's something even more shocking. The Bible contains hidden numerical patterns that correspond to these same universal laws. Numbers like 7, 12, and 40 appear repeatedly in Scripture, and they are not random. 7 is the number of divine completion, 12 represents divine order, and 40 symbolizes transformation. These numbers carry vibrational significance, revealing that even biblical texts were encoded with mathematical truths meant for the chosen ones to decipher. But once again, this knowledge has been suppressed. Those who control religious institutions have told people to worship the buildings, not understand the blueprint. They have turned sacred teachings into rigid doctrines, stripping away the deeper spiritual mechanics that empower individuals. Yet, despite their efforts, the awakening is happening. The chosen ones are beginning to see, to recognize that everything is connected, that every number, every frequency, every ancient symbol is part of a greater spiritual map leading them back to their divine purpose. Now, the question is, are you ready to follow the map? Are you ready to reclaim the knowledge that was hidden from you? If so, keep watching, because what we're about to uncover next will shake the very foundation of everything you thought you knew. If you've made it this far, something deep within you is resonating with these truths. That's not an accident. The knowledge we're uncovering is not new, it's ancient. It has been buried, distorted, and hidden in plain sight, but it was never lost. And for the chosen ones, the time to remember is now. We have explored the hidden messages in myths, the power of frequency, and the divine mathematics encoded in sacred structures. But let's take this further, because understanding is not enough. Application is the key. What good is knowledge if it is not lived? If you truly wish to raise your vibration, unlock your divine potential, and walk in your highest purpose, you must begin to practice what the ancient masters knew. So, let's talk about energy and vibration, not just as concepts, but as forces that actively shape your life. Everything in existence vibrates at a specific frequency, including you. This is not mysticism, this is quantum physics. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, the emotions you hold, all create energetic waves that interact with the world around you. Jesus himself demonstrated this principle when he healed the sick, calmed storms, and even raised the dead. Many think of his miracles as acts of divine intervention. But what if they were also expressions of spiritual laws in action? He understood the power of faith, intention, and divine alignment. He didn't just pray, he commanded reality to shift. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Mark 11, verse 24. This is not just a religious teaching, it is a vibrational principle. If you are always focused on lack, fear, or doubt, you attract more of the same. But when you align with higher frequencies, love, faith, gratitude, and divine purpose, you begin to manifest a reality that reflects those energies. Think about how this applies to your own life. Have you ever noticed that when you dwell in negative thoughts, negativity follows you? But when you operate from a place of faith and trust, doors open. This is not coincidence. It is the law of vibration at work. The chosen ones must learn to master their energy, to become conscious of their thoughts, emotions, and spiritual state. This is why ancient spiritual traditions emphasize prayer, fasting, and meditation, not as empty rituals, but as methods to cleanse the soul and align with higher frequencies. Take prayer, for example. Most people pray out of desperation, pleading for change. But true prayer is not begging, it is declaring. It is speaking into existence that which is already yours in the spiritual realm. You shall decree a thing, and it shall be established for you. Job 22, verse 28. This is the vibration of faith in action. Fasting, as we discussed before, is another powerful tool. It is not just about denying the body, it is about clearing the mind and spirit of lower vibrations, about making space for divine wisdom to flow freely. And meditation? This was practiced by prophets, mystics, and spiritual leaders throughout history. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46, verse 10. Silence is a gateway to divine connection. When you quiet the noise of the world, You begin to hear the guidance of the Spirit. But let's go deeper. What happens when you apply these principles in real-world situations? How do the chosen ones navigate challenges, betrayals, and hardships while staying aligned with their divine purpose? You may have noticed something about your own journey. The moment you start awakening, the moment you begin to step into your spiritual power, resistance appears. Friends turn against you. Family doesn't understand you. Doors that once seemed open suddenly close. This is not a sign that you're on the wrong path, it's confirmation that you are. The moment you raise your vibration, lower energies will try to pull you back down. Why? Because when you step into your power, you become a threat. Look at Joseph in the Bible. He had dreams, visions of his destiny, but the moment he shared them, his own brothers betrayed him, sold him into slavery, and left him for dead. Genesis 37 verses 18 to 28. Why? Because when you carry divine purpose, those who cannot yet see it will try to silence you. But here's the lesson. Joseph never lost faith. He endured prison, false accusations, and years of hardship, yet he remained aligned with his divine calling. And in the end, he rose to unimaginable power, fulfilling the prophecy that had been placed upon his life. The same pattern repeats again and again. Moses was exiled before he could lead. David was hunted before he became king. Even Jesus was rejected before his resurrection. Do you see the pattern? The chosen ones always face trials because trials are part of the preparation. They refine you, they test you, they ensure that when you step into your power, you are ready to handle it. So the question is, how will you respond to your trials? Will you let them break you? Or will you recognize them as the fire that forges gold? This is where most people fail. They pray for growth but run from the process. They ask for strength but resist the weight. But the chosen ones understand. Every hardship is a doorway to transformation. So, if you are facing challenges, if people are turning against you, if it feels like everything is falling apart, rejoice. It means you are on the verge of a breakthrough. It means your frequency is shifting, your vibration is rising, and the forces that once controlled you are losing their grip. But you must stay the course. Keep raising your vibration. Keep aligning with your divine path. And most importantly, do not shrink back into the illusion of limitation. Because what comes next, what we are about to uncover, it will shake everything you thought you knew. If you are truly ready to break free from the final chains of deception, to step into the highest understanding of your spiritual power, then keep watching, because we are just getting started. Now, let's take this knowledge to its most profound level. If you have come this far, it means you are ready to see beyond the veil, to understand the deepest truths that have been buried beneath centuries of deception. We've spoken about myths, frequencies, sacred geometry, and the trials of the chosen ones. But now, we must confront the greatest suppression of all, the deliberate effort to keep humanity from unlocking its true divine power. Ask yourself, why do all ancient civilizations across continents and timelines share strikingly similar spiritual teachings? Why do cultures that had no contact with each other all describe higher realms, divine beings, celestial knowledge, and cosmic energy? The reason is simple. Because this wisdom was once universal. It was known, it was practiced, and it was lived. Yet something happened. A great suppression took place. Those who understood the true nature of reality, the power of the mind, the connection between heaven and earth, the sacred mathematics embedded in creation, were silenced. This is no conspiracy theory. History proves it. The ancient texts of Egypt, the esoteric teachings of the early church, the lost gospels, the suppressed works of mystics and alchemists, they were all hidden, forbidden, or rewritten. Why? Because this knowledge liberates. It frees you from the system of control that seeks to keep you weak, afraid, and disconnected from your divine purpose. The institutions that claim to offer spiritual guidance have, for centuries, done the opposite. They have replaced divine truth with dogma, turned spiritual seekers into blind followers, and disconnected humanity from the true source of power. Consider this. Why did the early church ban certain gospels? Why were mystics persecuted? Why were alchemists and philosophers who sought to understand the spiritual nature of reality silenced? Because they knew too much. They understood the law of vibration. They understood that everything is energy, that prayer, faith, and consciousness are not passive acts, but forces that reshape reality. And what does the Bible say? Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12 verse 2. This was never about blindly following religious rules. This was a call to awaken, to break free from illusion, to activate your divine consciousness. Jesus himself was a threat to the religious order of his time. He challenged the traditions of men. He revealed truths that were hidden. And what did they do? They sought to eliminate him. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1 verse 5. But here's the key. The truth can never be fully erased. It only waits for those who are ready to see it again. The chosen ones are now being called to reclaim this wisdom. Let's talk about another critical suppression, the knowledge of human energy centers. Many religious institutions have dismissed or ignored the ancient understanding of the body's energy field. Yet even Scripture refers to it in metaphorical language. The Bible speaks of the 7 spirits of God, Revelation 3 verse 1. It describes the laying on of hands as a means of transferring divine power. It emphasizes that the body is a temple, 1 Corinthians 6 verse 19. And what do ancient traditions teach? That the human body has spiritual energy centers, known as chakras in Eastern traditions, but referenced in different ways across all spiritual paths. These are the gateways of divine power, the conduits through which spiritual energy flows. And here's where things get even more revealing. Certain institutions have gone out of their way to suppress this knowledge. They want you to think that connecting with divine energy is a sin, that seeking higher consciousness is dangerous. But why would divine power be dangerous unless it threatened their control? You are not meant to live in spiritual blindness. You are not meant to walk through life powerless, doubting, and afraid. You were designed to operate at a higher frequency. You were meant to function in spiritual dominion, to align with the same divine energy that prophets, mystics, and chosen ones have tapped into for centuries. This is why meditation, prayer, fasting, and sacred knowledge were always part of divine teachings, because they raise your vibration, they unlock your inner divine potential. But it doesn't stop there. The next level of hidden knowledge has to do with how science and spirituality are now converging. For so long, science dismissed spirituality as superstition. But in recent years, breakthroughs in quantum physics and neuroscience have revealed something extraordinary. Consciousness itself affects reality. Quantum experiments have shown that subatomic particles behave differently when they are being observed. In other words, the mind, the observer, literally influences the physical world. Think about that. This is what spiritual teachers have said for centuries, that faith moves mountains, that the spoken word has power, that the mind, when aligned with divine truth, creates reality. The Bible even affirms this. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23 verse 7. Everything in existence is energy and frequency. When you pray, when you meditate, when you focus your intention, you are not just hoping for change. You are shifting reality. This is why Jesus didn't just ask people to believe in God. He told them to believe in their own power. Whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these. John 14 verse 12. Do you understand what that means? You were meant for more. And yet, the world has done everything to make you forget, to keep you trapped in low vibrational states, fear, guilt, shame, and doubt. Because a fearful person is controllable. A disconnected soul is powerless. But a chosen one who has awakened, that is a force that cannot be stopped. And if you are still here, still absorbing this message, still feeling the truth resonate in your spirit, then you already know. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to awaken, to rise, to break free from the limitations of this world. But we are not done yet, because in the final part of this journey, we will reveal what has been kept from humanity since the beginning. The greatest secret of all, the final key to unlocking everything. If you are ready, truly ready, to take the final step into the fullness of your divine purpose, then continue watching, because what comes next changes everything. You've come this far. That means something deep inside you already knows the truth. You feel it, don't you? The world is shifting, illusions are crumbling, and the chosen ones are awakening. This is not a coincidence. It is a divine calling, a sacred invitation to remember who you are and why you are here. And now, we reveal the final secret, the one that has been kept from humanity since the very beginning. The secret that, once understood, changes everything. What is the greatest deception of all? It is the illusion of separation. The belief that you are powerless, that you are small, that you are separate from God, separate from divine energy, separate from your destiny. But what did Jesus say? The kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17, verse 21. Within you, not in a building, not in an institution, not in the hands of religious leaders who claim to have authority over your soul. Within you, this is the knowledge that has been hidden, distorted, and suppressed for centuries. Because the moment humanity remembers, the moment the chosen ones fully realize that they are not separate from divine power, but a part of it, the entire system of control collapses. Think about this carefully. What have all religions, all spiritual traditions, and even the most ancient texts been trying to say? That God is not an external force to be feared, but a divine presence that flows through all things, including you. The chosen ones know this. They feel it in every moment of synchronicity, in every answered prayer, in every moment of deep spiritual connection. This is why they have been attacked, ridiculed, and suppressed throughout history. Because they do not need permission to walk in divine power. And neither do you. When you look at the world today, what do you see? A war on consciousness, a deliberate effort to keep humanity asleep, disconnected, fearful. The distractions are endless: media manipulation, societal programming, even religious doctrines that preach fear instead of empowerment. But here's the truth: the real war is not fought with weapons. It is fought with frequency and vibration. It is a battle of energy, awareness, and spiritual alignment. When you operate in low vibration, fear, doubt, anger, division, you are easy to control. But when you raise your vibration through faith, love, truth, and divine connection, you become unstoppable. This is why the greatest spiritual leaders, from Jesus to Buddha to the mystics of every tradition, all taught the same foundational truth: raise your vibration. Align with higher frequency. Break free from the illusions that keep you small. So, how do you do this? How do you step fully into your divine power? 1. Master your mind. Your thoughts are not just private ideas. They are energy in motion. Every thought carries a frequency, and what you dwell on you attract. The Bible makes this clear. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12, verse 2. That is not a metaphor. That is spiritual technology. Your mind is a creative force. When you train it to operate in faith, in certainty, in divine alignment, you manifest miracles. 2. Speak with authority. Jesus never begged for miracles to happen. He declared them. Lazarus, come forth. John 11, verse 43. He spoke as if it was already done. This is why affirmations, declarations, and spoken intention are so powerful. Words are not just sounds, they are vibrational commands that shape reality. Stop speaking limitation. Stop reinforcing doubt. Instead, speak power. Declare your divine identity. Speak as though what you desire is already yours. 3. Guard your energy. Not everyone will understand this path. Many will try to pull you back into fear, into doubt, into the low vibrational state where they still reside. But you must protect your energy. Avoid constant negativity. Choose your relationships wisely. Surround yourself with people and practices that elevate your frequency. This is why prayer, meditation, fasting, and spiritual discipline are so crucial. They strengthen your energy field and keep you aligned with divine guidance. 4. Activate your divine connection. The chosen ones do not walk alone. They are guided. They receive signs, visions, and direct inspiration from the divine. But you must be open to receiving. This is why silence, reflection, and spiritual practices are essential. The world is loud, but divine guidance speaks in stillness. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. Stillness is where the greatest revelations come. 5. Step into your divine purpose. You were not sent here to simply exist. You were not sent here to blend in. You are here to awaken, to lead, to break the chains of illusion that have kept humanity bound for centuries. This is why your journey has been so difficult. This is why you have faced resistance, because you were never meant to follow the crowd. You were meant to rise. And now, we have arrived at the final truth. The greatest secret is this: you already have everything you need. There is nothing external that will give you your power. You were born with it. The only thing that was taken from you was the knowledge of how to use it. But now you remember. Now you see. You are not powerless. You are not separate from divine energy. You are part of it. You were sent here for a reason. And everything you have gone through, every hardship, every challenge, was preparing you for this moment. So now the choice is yours. Will you go back to sleep, pretending you never saw the truth? Or will you rise, awaken fully, and step into the divine power that has always been yours? The time of waiting is over. The time of remembering has begun. The chosen ones are awakening, and the world will never be the same again. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you feel like you've been called for something greater? Have you experienced moments in life that, looking back, were not just coincidences, but signs guiding you toward your spiritual awakening? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey matters, and your story could inspire others who are awakening too. And listen, knowledge without action changes nothing. You've now uncovered truths that were hidden for centuries, but what you do with this knowledge is what truly shapes your future. So, make the choice today to raise your vibration, step into your divine purpose, and walk in the power that has always been within you. If this video resonated with you, don't leave without subscribing to the channel. So many people watch but forget to subscribe, and they miss out on powerful insights that could transform their lives. Hit that subscribe button now, turn on notifications, and stay connected with this journey of awakening. And now, if you're ready to go even deeper and unlock more hidden wisdom, watch the next video appearing on your screen right now. There, you'll discover even more lost secrets that will expand your understanding of reality and your place in it. Click now and continue your transformation. I'll see you in the next video. I'm Harold, and may your light shine brighter than ever. Until next time.